Oh, that's interesting. So it puts my home screen, not my home screen, but my thumbnail on the page before it goes live. I wonder if that does that in the actual stream. Let me check. No, it does not. It only shows it on my end, the thumbnail. Alright, that's good to know. Alright, howdy folks. All 0 people here. This is Bench Gamer watching the 5.7 live stream while waiting for my Zenless to load on my gaming PC. This isn't even my real gaming PC anymore. I got a better PC. I have so much shit now. I have my old work PC right beside me, and then I have my gaming PC beside me, my new gaming PC, and now I have my... This is my streaming PC now. I switched out my 4070 Super for 5070, which I don't even think is like... I don't even think it's an upgrade, but I haven't checked too hard so far. Basically, I got a 5080 for like humongous amounts of money. The MSRP... I don't even know what the MSRP for the 5080 is. Yeah, the 5080 is supposed to be $1,000, but I got it for twice that much, essentially. But I don't know. This is the first time I've bought something like so unnecessarily expensive, but essentially what I have now is a gaming PC that is the most expensive thing that you can buy without pretty much shelling out like $10,000 for space, some kind of like spacecraft jet engine. And yeah, 5.7. I have not done last patch's story. I've got to be honest. I've spent almost all my time, all my free time playing Zenless Zone Zero, doing Battle Tower from, what is it? From floor, like, it gets hard around floor 75 to 100. But yeah, I'm sorry for my very misleading post in the community tab saying that I would start streaming again like 2 to 3 weeks earlier, but what happened was that I found out I actually just enjoy playing games a lot more than streaming, and then I just kept on playing Zenless Zone Zero. I'll show you guys what I have in Zenless Zone Zero at this point. I have not gone too lucky in the current patch. I have gone to almost hard pity both times for the weapon as well as Yixun, but I did get Yixun and I did get her signature weapon. I did win 50-50, so I guess you could consider myself lucky. You could consider me lucky in this regard. So Zenless Zone Zero has been very fun. I think Zenless Zone Zero has definitely cemented itself as, like, I don't think at this point that it's pretty obvious that Zenless Zone Zero is never going to be as popular as the other like big gacha titles. I don't think, like, if you go to the Google Trends charts, it's like, yes, it is going very high right now, but it's basically 2.0, so it'll go back down to around, probably around here, for 2.1, and it'll rest around somewhere below, I think, Wuwa for the remainder of its lifespan. And it's just a more niche game, but that's what I appreciate about it. Like, I just go into Wuwa. No, I don't go into Wuwa. I don't go into Wuwa almost at all anymore. But for ZZ, I just go in. I just do like the story that lasts maybe like 2 to 3 hours, and then I log off. I come back. I do the battle tower. I do the Shield defense challenge, which resets like every single week. It resets enough that I keep on getting reminded that Zenless Zone Zero exists. I think that is actually like one of the best things about Zenless Zone Zero, which is that it doesn't take a lot of time and effort. Like, you can put a lot of effort into Zenless Zone Zero if you want, if you really want to grind out Battle Tower like I have. But like, you don't need to. You just need to. You don't even need to spend your stamina to get your like a maximum amount of, what is it? It's not resin. To get your premium currency, and then you're done. You can basically just go do something else with your life. So I've been really enjoying Zenless Zone Zero. In the time that yeah, I'm gonna be honest, my time is, when it comes to gacha games, my time has basically been spent like 70% Zenless Zone Zero, like 20 to 30% Genshin Impact, and a 10% Honkai Star Rail. I'm not playing a lot of Honkai Star right now. I am planning on doing a full playthrough of the story at some point, but the way I kind of want to do it is I just kind of want to like sit on my bed or like lie on my bed. Oh my god, look at her, she's so pretty. Right. Yeah, I got her skin as well. Is this starting anytime? Oh! Okay, that hurt. I actually don't like Yixuan's skin. I've heard a lot of people saying that she is kind of mid. Her outfit is kind of mid, but I love the black and white, black and yellow design. I think it fits her really well. The one thing I will say about the skin though is that I'm not sure what it is about the skin. Like, what is making the sound when she's moving around?
I can help you ward off misfortune and disaster.
Are all the settings all right? Are you all right settings? Are you all right settings? F. Cancel special attack. Yes, it's all right. Okay, settings should be fine. 1 minute left. Graphics unlimited. Disabled. Bloody bloody blah. Dynamic. Yep. Everything seems to be in order. Team checkup. Spent all my stamina. Q defense 777. Even on my free-to-play account I was able to do it, but I have been on my free-to-play account for at least like half a year at this point. Yeah, I actually did the anniversary event thing where it tells you basically all the stats of what you were supposed to do, like all the things you have done in the past year. And apparently my free-to-play account has been online for 198 days, whereas for my main account I've been, I think it's like 298 days. So almost exactly like a 100-day difference between when I started playing my free-to-play account and my main account. And yeah, it doesn't really take that long to do Shiyu defense. I think I started doing Shiyu defense at max stars around maybe 3 to 4 months into the game. Ooh, shit. Oh, it's in Japanese. Shit. I know I shouldn't be upset at this point, but I'm just so used to playing this in Chinese that I kind of forget that you still have audio issues.
これほど大規模で広範囲な動きを見せるのは初めてだ。まるでナタ相手に戦争を仕掛けようとしてるような。
Is it Enjo? No way, he's actually going to be in the main story at this point. Skirk, expected. I'm really surprised she's not in the main. She's not on the front page. On the splash art of the version art. Oh. Oh no, she's gonna have a sad backstory. Perhaps it won't be too bad. Maybe she'll be like one of those cool sad characters that don't actually act really sad all the time. I'm a really big fan of Skirk's design the more I look at it. And yes, she does kind of just look like a Honkai Impact character. Him, I don't give a shit about him. He looks better than the Mondstadt male character though. That guy was such a throwaway character. I don't think anybody cared about him. I don't even think the people he was supposed to be aiming at cared about him. Might come in 2 to 3 hours if the stream is still up. Alright, I'll see you later. That's not Enjo, what the hell? I like how they're all going like dialing everything up to 11 to 110%. After all the years of barely any like revelations, barely any. What the frick is this? Huh? 5 years of barely any advancement in the plot, and suddenly everything is happening all at once. I'm not even reading the subtitles, I'm sorry.
本物の宇宙に帰るだろう。旅の終点で二人の新たな始まりが待ってる。
This is the most serious like trailer version patch trailer they have ever done. This is the most amount of like actual content. Oh my god, the redemption code is actually like a word or like some kind of like English or you know stuff you can actually type without having to copy paste it. Genius. Absolute genius. I love this art. Actually, she kind of just looks like Jingliu here, I'm not gonna lie. And Jingliu, as you know, you probably don't know if you don't play Honkai Star Rail, but she kind of got offed in the main story. Or like, she barely appeared, and she's supposed to, I figure that she's going to be like one of the most important characters later in the story, but it's like, it's been so long. When she finally arrives back in the main story, I don't know, like, who are people even gonna remember her? I guess for Skirk, because she never appeared, it's less of a hassle. Imagine if Skirk just appeared right when Tartaglia appeared, and then she just kind of like fucked off for the next 5 years. That would be kind of annoying, right? That's basically what's going to happen to Jingliu. Doesn't help that most people don't actually like the story that Jingliu is connected to.
Hello, travelers! Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.7 special program. I am Aileen Mythen, the voice of Dahlia, and hosting with me today we have...
Hey everyone, I'm Kat Pratano, rhymes with Capitano, the voice of Child's Master, Skirk.
And I'm Katiana Sarkissian, the voice of the Pyro Archon herself, Malwika.
Yeah, well, after seeing that trailer, this version seems absolutely stacked. We're getting the next installment of the Twins quest in this version! Woo, 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 woo! Yippee!
And let's not forget, Skirk is finally here, you guys. Yup. I cannot wait to see how all these stories unfold.
Her first appearance left quite the impression,
Her
didn't it?
model looks very different. Her face looks like... I don't know what they did with her face, but it looks a bit more mature than like all of the adult faces. It looks like it has more realistic proportions if that makes any sense. Did they change the story model like in the past? That I don't think that's the previous model we saw in the story. Did they change it?
I mean, that's fair. So
Did
far,
they
all
retcon
we
her
know about
model?
Past is that she trained under the
No, I think that's still the
foul
original model. It still looks a bit
Sertology.
stumpy.
So, Sertology isn't just some ordinary mentor.
Oh, definitely not. Dainsliff revealed that Sertology is one of the 5 sinners of Conria, and someone who possesses all-encompassing power. Imagine training under someone like that. No walk in the park, let me tell you.
Well, maybe that explains how aloof and indifferent Skirk seems to be. Seriously, though, her demeanor is stone cold in a way that's almost otherworldly or something.
Yeah, it's kind of cold as ice, right? Right? But I mean, you know, the important thing is, this time we should be able to get some answers, right?
Oh, I hope so. Yes, please. I am dying to learn more about her past.
Okay, then be sure to check out her story quest where the Traveler and Skirk's paths will cross once again. Travelers will have the chance to uncover new clues about her past and
So is she not going to be in the main story? She is Jingliu. She literally is Jingliu. She doesn't appear in the main story, and you have to do her story quest.
It's kind of weird seeing her out and about like this, isn't it? In such a normal location.
Right.
Damn, oh my god, she's in Liyue. Why? And she has a guitar.
Instrument?
Oh.
I mean, in my mind, she's like this, you know.
Her
ice
legs are
queen,
freaky
but
as fuck.
Here, she actually looks emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, there's almost a sadness there.
Oh, yeah. It seems like that.
Where is
instrument
this place?
means a lot to her.
Is this the chasm?
You don't even know. It
No,
sure
it doesn't
does.
look like the
As for
chasm.
why she
It-
chooses to play it alone in a place like this, well, that's something travelers can uncover for themselves. What I can reveal is, after encountering a mysterious power in this quest, the traveler starts having strange nightmares, and it seems like Skirk is the only one who can help. Which means the only way to resolve the situation is for the two to work together.
Okay, Slay, so we're teaming up with Skirk, huh?
Mhm.
Okay, but like, am I the only one who's a little intimidated?
What? Intimidated by Skirk?
Just a little.
She's only a mysterious swordmaster with insane fighting skills and an unbreakable stone-cold exterior. Seriously though, with their ability to wield various elements and their abyssal purification powers, I think the Traveler can hold their own.
Yeah, it'll be fine. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now I'm curious how she got that strong. I mean, okay, she reined in her master's pet, the all-devouring narwhal, like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've only seen a fraction of what she can do.
True, and just like the truth about her past, that's a question travelers will need to answer for themselves in game, so get ready to play. But considering Skirk and the Traveler will need to fight side by side, let's take a closer look at what she can do in combat.
Yeah, her face seems a bit longer than the usual Genshin faces.
I'll only demonstrate this once.
She's so edgy. She has a dual bladed, I want to say lightsaber, but it's like a kind of stick weapon. What happened to my bitrate?
As Child's master
Wait,
and
it's not-
someone
is
capable
it-
of
I
training
don't
in
think
the
it's the
abyss,
bitrate.
Skirk's combat skills are truly something special. First, it's worth pointing out, Skirk doesn't use a vision. Her powers come from the abyss, but in the interest of blending in, she camouflages it to appear cryo-like in nature. And
That
in
is such a
addition,
cop-out.
Skirk's attacks do not rely on
That is the most
elemental
cop-out of
She
all
uses
time.
a special
They didn't
kind
want to
of
design
energy
another
known as
element, is that
serpent
it?
subtlety instead. And when you tap her elemental skill, Skirk gains a certain amount of energy and enters a special combat state, signaled by her change in outfit, which is very cute, might I add. While in this state, Skirk's normal, charged, and plunging attacks deal cryo damage that can't be overridden. This state also increases her resistance to interruption and attack AoE. And when cryo-related reactions are triggered, multiple void rifts will appear on the field. Skirk can use her charged attack or her special elemental burst to absorb the void rifts. And after unleashing a special elemental burst, her normal attack's damage will be increased based on the number of rifts absorbed.
Aw, heck yeah. So it's kind of like the more she fights, the stronger she gets.
Yeah, pretty much. Plus, holding her elemental skill is another option. When there are void rifts on the field, holding her elemental skill will allow Skirk to absorb them and gives her the ability to quickly maneuver around the battlefield. Once she has enough energy, she can unleash her elemental burst to deal consecutive slashes of AoE damage.
I see. So she's a unit you can keep on the field for a long time, or take out when you need a sudden burst of damage.
Pairing her with Hydro and Cryo characters also further.
I got a
enhances her
Scoffier, by the
abilities.
way.
And if your team is
So I'm
comprised
all ready for
entirely
Skirk.
of
I just need
Hydro and
to
Cryo
do
characters,
literally
your
everything I
party
have missed in the
members'
game,
elemental
and
skill
I'll be
level
alright.
will be increased by
99%
So she,
chance I
enhances
get
her
Skirk.
party
Probably a
members'
bit
skills,
lower than
too.
that, but
Once
it is
a
what it
mentor,
is.
always a mentor, I guess.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like Tartaglia had a great teacher.
I also failed to
she
get,
did.
what's her name?
And I love the look of her
The Geo girl
camouflaged
from
abyssal
Inazuma.
powers.
Right.
The special
Instead I
effects are
got Ayato.
incredible.
Right.
Very
And when
disappointing.
She enters her special combat state,
Because I have her
outfit
signature weapon,
changes too,
which I gave to
okay,
Shalonen.
It looks a lot more
And I
suited
also
for
failed to get
battle, don't you
Shalonen's
think?
weapon, so it's
yeah.
kind of a double blunder
So
there.
it seems like travelers can approach combat in two ways then. You can use her special combat state to dish out damage with cryo-infused attacks and heighten this damage by absorbing void rifts with her special elemental burst. Or, after other Hydro and Cryo party members have generated void rifts, you can take to the field to quickly absorb them and build up energy to unleash powerful slashes with her normal elemental burst.
Yeah, both seem really, really useful. And since Cryo and Hydro characters enhance Skirk's skills, there are tons of team comp possibilities here.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, hey, speaking of, what about Dahlia? He's a Hydro character, right? Sounds like he could be a good fit for Skirk.
Oh, I think you're onto something here. We got to know him a bit during the Mondstadt interlude. He's so refined, but also kind of mischievous at the same time. One thing we haven't seen, though, is what he can do in combat. Want to give us the scoop, Aileen?
You got it. You
Not
are
really.
in for a treat.
Let's
I
go.
already got a Scoffier. Unless Dahlia just happens to be like a companion for a Scoffier. I almost forgot that Genshin Impact is a four-man party, because I'm so used to Zenless by now. I was like, why would I waste a slot on Dahlia? Why would I waste one of 3 precious slots on Dahlia?
Okay, so Dahlia is a Hydro Sword user and support character who can use his Elemental Burst to provide a Hydro Shield for his teammates.
Oh, it's like the shield appears in response
I wonder
to his
if
prayer.
all of
Yes,
these
and
new
for a
characters are
certain
going to have
period of
really
time,
fast
after
elemental
unleashing
application.
his
Because what I
Elemental
noticed
Burst,
from the
Dahlia
recent
can
Spiral
gain
Abyss,
stacks
as
of
well as just
benefit
like
by hitting
the
enemies
new
with
enemies,
normal
like the
attacks
abyssal enemies, is
or
that you really
triggering
want to
freeze
have
reactions.
really
So
fast
when his
elemental
shield
application.
breaks,
I almost
Dahlia
wasn't
can
able to do the
consume his
recent
stacks
Spiral
of
Abyss.
medicine to summon it again,
Because
allowing
even
him
if
to
I had like a full
continuously
pyro
protect his
party, it
party
almost didn't
members
work.
and to increase their resistance to interruption.
Heck
I was
yeah.
even
And
using,
after
not full pyro
unlocking a
party, I did
specific
have,
talent, Dahlia can
what's her
also
name?
boost the attack speed of the on-field character, allowing them dish out damage
Cryo
even
Girl
faster.
Oh, nice. So
from
he can help us
Natlan,
attack without interruption and
who
increase
is
our attack
Moika's
speed?
best in
Sounds
sport,
like a huge
best
help.
in slot.
And with his elemental skill, Dahlia summons Sacramental Shower and places it in a designated location.
Sit lolly, yeah.
His summon has different effects depending on who comes
Oh
into
my
contact
god, I have
with it.
such a hard
So,
time
for example,
remembering
if
like
it's an
support
enemy,
character names.
Sacramental Shower
I've
will
noticed that I have like
explode,
a,
dealing AoE hydro
it's
damage
probably
to
like some kind of a
surrounding enemies.
subconscious
But if a
subconscious
nearby
part of my
party member comes into contact
my
with it,
brain that kind of just like
Sacramental
forgets that
Shower
supports
will
even exist.
propel
They're
them
kind of like
high into the air,
attaches,
allowing them to evade enemy attacks
attaches,
while
whatever the
gaining an
word is,
aerial advantage.
the DPS units.
Okay.
Let's go.
That is one
Sounds
thing I
like really
don't kind of
reliable in
don't like
combat,
about Genshin
even
Impact,
though
which
he
is that there is
seems
so
kind
much
of
like there is a lot of
mischievous the rest
importance
of the
placed
time.
on
No,
support characters,
really,
but ultimately
Yes,
they're
he
just like
definitely does. He
buffers.
has his little mischievous thing going on. I still remember all his teasing towards Venti.
I feel the
during
opposite for me.
Monster.
Supports are more important than
But at the same
DPS.
time, he's
Okay,
also
then your
supposed to
brain
be the
is
one who
working probably
communicates with the
more
will
in
of
tune with Genshin Impact
Barbados,
than mine
right?
then.
I'm not sure what to make of their dynamic.
Well, I guess first and foremost, he's Venti's friend, right? But even though he likes to tease, he's
Wait, Venti has a friend?
as the herald
Oh
of
my god,
Barbados.
character development
Oh,
after
one more
5
thing about his
years.
abilities. When
It's
Dahlia is in
so
your
strange.
party, the movement
Like
speed
it's
of your
literally
party
being
members is
over
increased
5 years. It's
during
not
the
even
day.
5 years, it's 6 years
Oh,
now.
the
We're
better
literally
to,
going back in time by like
spread the
half a
word of
decade to
Barbados,
give character
praise
development
Barbados,
to a character we
right?
have not seen in
Is
like
that-
5 to
is that
6
how
years,
that
except for
works?
in events, of course.
Well, anyway, it's
This
obvious he really
this
cares about
game,
the people of
it's
Mondstadt.
actually
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
it's kind of
Exactly.
awe-inspiring and kind of like
Besides, his mischievous
eye-opening
nature
at the
keeps
same
things
time,
a
just
little
how slow
interesting,
this
don't you
game
think?
is.
It's one of my favorite things.
And how little
about it.
content, like character
Aw.
favorites,
Well, now
favorite
that we've
characters,
introduced our 2 new
like
characters
how
from
little they
version
develop in
5.7,
between.
we should probably let travelers
Unless your name
know
is Kazuha,
when
then
they
you
can
get
add
your
them to their
own story
parties.
quests, and
Can do.
no,
Let's
nobody ever
jump
gets to play
right
it
into
again.
the event wishes.
He's friends with Rosaria and
first half
Kayatsu,
of
apparently.
version
They're drinking
5.7,
buddies.
we'll have
Oh,
event
she's so
wishes
beautiful.
for
Oh,
Snuff
she's...
and
Wait a
Shenhe.
minute.
Dahlia
I
will
have a
also
Shenhe.
enjoy a drop rate boost on the
I have a
first half
Shenhe.
bounce.
Oh my god, I can put
Plus,
Shenhe
the
in a team
five-star
with...
sword, Azure Light, will be
Wait, what?
featured on the
That looks kind of like a
weapon
rapier, except it's made of ice.
And in the second half of version 5.7,
I get
we'll
constellations
have
from
returning event
Mawika.
wishes from Mawika and Emily.
I kind of feel like
Yippee!
constellations at this point for
Alright,
characters
that's
is
it
kind
for
of
the
like a
event
waste.
wishes.
I feel like
Let's
as
talk
time
about
goes
the
on,
story
constellations
content
are actually
travelers
less
can
and
look
less
forward
important.
to in the
These
new
characters are
version.
so strong,
Ooh, okay.
just
This
at like
is
their
the good
constellation
one.
0, that it's
Yeah.
almost kind of useless.
Okay,
The character
let's set the scene.
like power
During
creep.
their travels,
I don't
the
like calling it
traveler
power
comes
creep, but the
across
character
evidence that seems to
progression
suggest their sibling
for
was
Genshin Impact
in
feels like it's
Natlan.
speeding up, and I feel like I just want to get the next good character instead of, you know,
That
dwelling on a
means
previous
things are
one.
about to get
Because I feel like if I
Yup,
got to
very
C6
true.
for, that's why I
I
didn't
love
try that hard to get
From this
C6.
image, it looks like the sky
Farina.
has been slashed in two, and there's
Because I
some
already
kind
have
of
so many
rift that
Hydro
connects to
characters,
the
it's kind of
abyss.
like whatever.
And the traveler
But
and
because
their
there are so
sibling
many
are in
characters
different
now,
spaces,
most characters just
they
thrown
can
at the
still
wayside.
sense each
Yeah,
other's presence.
yeah, that's a more cynical way of
Yes,
putting
I
it.
feel like the tension is
Like, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised
that
if we
makes
get some
sense. I mean,
really,
there
really
was
crazy characters
definitely
in
some
Not
tension when
Cry.
we saw our sibling during the
Like
bedtime
Columbina.
story quest.
Oh yeah.
Although we don't know what our sibling has been
Columbina,
up to
some
since then.
Harbingers. It's gonna be
Kari
super
there did
crazy.
tell us
They're all
meeting
gonna be
with
so
fate has been
good.
completed.
At the very
Of
least,
course, we
as
still
good
don't know
as
how powerful it is,
Arlecchino was when
or
she
what's
first came
needed
out.
to
Although
activate
Arlecchino kind of like
Well,
lasted for
call
maybe
me
like half a year.
crazy, but I
And then
feel
Mawika
we're
came
gonna
out and kind of
find
like
out
shit on her
Maybe.
It
completely.
seems like all parties are converging in one place.
Natlan.
So maybe That's where we can
everything
get
leads
some
back to
answers.
Natland.
And I know one
Because this
thing
is the
travelers
first
will
place in the
encounter
entire
Natland,
game where
a young
people
woman
actually like,
dressed in
oh my
pure
gosh, she looks so
clothing,
strange.
hiding out
She
in a
does not look
cave.
like a Natland character.
It's not just her clothing that's special, though.
Oh,
Look at her eyes.
not pre-watched. I knew it.
Wait, is she...
The plot, it thickens.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
Conrian
if
though.
the Abyss Order is out in full force in Natlan, it must be
I'm really excited to see more of the
element in
Abyss.
our
I like
siblings' grand
wait, what
plan.
is up with
Yup,
her eyes?
and the
They're
Pyro Archon and
triangle
our other
shaped.
friends from Natlan are on high alert. But the people of Natlan want a war against the
I
Abyss
really hope
itself.
Mawika,
There's
I
no
know it's very
universe where the
unlikely,
Abyss
but I
Order gets
hope
to
that
run
Mawika would
wild
get a
in
second story
Natlan
quest.
unchecked.
Well, if an altercation with the Abyss Order is in the cards,
Looks
I
too
know
well
who's
made to
gonna
be a
on the
Genshin
front
NPC.
lines.
Look, guy.
Twilight Sword himself, of
Honkai
course.
Star Rail has the worst NPCs out of all the modern gacha
I
games
mean,
that
I
have
can
come
see it
out.
now. Dainsleif going
Honkai
all
Star Rail
one-man
NPCs
army
actually
and
make
rushing straight
Genshin
into
Impact
action.
ones
We
look
actually
way
will
better
get
than they
to
actually
see it
are.
this time,
Like even
because
1.0
our old
Genshin
friend
NPCs
Dainsleif
look
is
a
going
bit
to
better
help us
than
defeat
the
their
Honkai
ranks
Star Rail
in a
ones.
manner we've never seen before.
Okay, okay.
I like
This
Amphorius,
is
but it's
not a
really
drill,
clear
everyone.
which
We finally
NPCs
get to see
and
'em
which
in
characters
action.
got the majority of the
Let's go!
attention. We're gonna see
As
be
the
fighting
Traveler
heralds
and
again?
Dainsleif
Jesus Christ,
venture
that's boring.
Deep into Abyss Order territory, we'll get to see his special abilities firsthand.
Oh, sounds
What?
like there's going to be a lot of obstacles between us and finding out the deal with our sibling.
Mm-hmm.
But we've faced the Abyss Order before. We can do this. I have no doubt Travelers
Yeah, I've killed
will
like a
come
billion
out
of them.
on top.
Oh yeah.
I guess, but the
The Monkey
other
Quest
question
filtered me
is,
out of
do
HSR.
we
Never gonna.
stop whatever
I
our
actually like the
sibling is
Monkey
planning?
Quest. That's
What are
that's a
their true
crazy thing.
goals?
I thought the
What does
Monkey
their
Quest was
plan
like
mean for
above
Teyvat?
average, slightly.
This quest might hold some very important answers.
I liked a lot of
So
the things
excited.
that
I
people
feel this
shouldn't
could be the
have
start
liked
of a whole new
in
phase
in
quest to
Penacony. I
find
just
our
like almost
sibling.
all of the main
Yes.
story, except for
Seems
like
it's
maybe
not
the
as
very
simple
end
as just
a little bit, and then it
finding
kind of still
them
let me down.
anymore. There's a lot more at stake.
Oh,
I
for sure.
liked the epilogue
this is
for
definitely one to
Penacony,
look
and I
forward
liked the
to.
Monkey Quest.
All right. I think this is a good place to stop and take our first break.
Yeah, I need a sec to digest all that information.
I'm a monkey man.
Sounds good. Take a look at the second redemption code, travelers. We'll see you on the other side.
See ya.
I also didn't like Fontaine nearly as much as other people did, so my opinions are probably in the minority. I'm a very big Natlan stan, somewhat of a Fontaine hater, and Penacony was, in my opinion, inferior to Amphorius in most ways. I wonder why they chose to have an entire patch cycle just for Amphorius. That's really interesting. But I think it's starting to show its merits. Because it feels like things are leading up to something that could never have happened if it was just like a 3 or 4 part story in Penacony. I also enjoy Natlan more than Fontaine. Fontaine was only really good for the last act. I would say maybe like the last 2 acts. Fontaine did manage to surprise me in like 1 or 2 places, but I don't think that it was worth it. I don't think like the lead up to the last act was worth it. Fortune's Marrow P kind of gave me PTSD. I like Mawika. I think she is like a little bit
All right,
deeper, but
welcome back,
I'm
travelers.
good at
Now
making
that I've
stories
introduced the
where
new
like
characters
stories
and
don't
quests, it's
exist,
time to
if you know
jump
what I
into the
mean.
version 5.7 event.
So I can write my own story about
Let's
Mawika,
go!
and I feel like a lot of
First up on the
people
docket is an
want
event
it to
that
be more
takes us back to
explicit.
Sumeru,
They
where
want the story to be
academia
more
has developed
explicit
a
about what is going
simulated
on.
adventure game.
Ooh.
Travelers will need to select various companion pieces to form teams and enhance
I
their
like
skills
filling out
as
the
they
missing
face off
spaces,
against
the missing
various
places,
opponents
whatever
in
it's
a
called.
board game style environment.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. You can go the rainforest
That's a lot of
route
focus on
or
Paimon.
the desert route. Each path has its own story and level of difficulty. And at the end of each adventure, travelers will face formidable opponents that require a certain level of strength.
Is it just me, or did the trailer have
So
very little
how do we
Paimon?
make
I
sure
wonder
we're
if they
ready?
made the trailer
travelers can
like that
enhance the strength of
specifically
their
because
pieces in several
Paimon's
ways.
voice actor quit.
Besides enhancing the
But I
pieces
don't think they would do
themselves,
that because this
travelers
game is
might
ultimately
notice that
Chinese at the end of the
pieces are
day.
divided into species. Go to battle with a lot of pieces of the
This is
same
auto
species,
chess.
and you can trigger unique species features.
Damn, I thought the auto
higher
chess
the
trend
feature
was
level,
over.
The stronger your pieces become.
Yeah. I'm thinking an all-Saurian team could be cool. Oh, and it looks like you can also assign equipment to your pieces to make them stronger.
Yeah,
That
that's
sounds
right.
like
And
really
random events
big
and
hassle.
encounters will occur during the adventure.
But is this just
which
literally
travelers
just a
can resolve
Pokemon
to earn
battle?
helpful rewards, like extra adventure coins, which travelers can use in the shop to purchase pieces to improve their lineup. Travelers can also open chests.
When I was
to
a
get
kid,
all
there was
kinds
something
of
similar to
useful
this
equipment.
called like
Plus,
Dungeon Dice
defeating
Monsters
formidable
based on a
opponents
Yu-Gi-Oh!
along the route will
Based
allow
on a
you to
Yu-Gi-Oh!
unlock
arc.
secret techniques that can help increase
I love
the
that
strength of
game.
your
I bought
entire
that game and I brought it to my
Ooh.
friend's
Of
house to
course,
play
certain
it.
encounters can
And
also
he didn't have
derail
any
your
chess
plans.
pieces, so
Oh,
we would just like
yeah. So
reuse
there
the
are
same
also
ones over and
situations
over
where
again.
it all comes down
Sounds like
to
something
luck.
I'll ignore just like
Yeah,
TCG.
So I think
Yeah.
Travelers will have a lot of fun
I'm
dealing
surprised they
with
still support
unexpected
TCG. It's like they won't let it die.
It's
They
a
just
real
won't.
test of tactical thinking.
Somebody
Mhm.
somewhere
Plus,
out there
there's
is
more to this
enjoying
event than just
Genshin
the battle
TCG.
stages.
Oh.
Travelers can also
I'm surprised that
participate in
Wuwa
research
also introduced the
stations that
TCG.
involve
It's
guiding
like,
Paimon to harvest fruit.
do you guys know your
Complete these
player base?
stages to
Do you
increase
think that your player base
population
cares
level
about a
and unlock
TCG? It's
additional
so
buffs for your
weird.
team.
It's like
So we
every single
actually
game
get
now
to put
wants to have their
Paimon
own
to
TCG.
Finally.
Yup, and of course,
And most of
completing
them
this
are
event
super
will reward
boring. It's like
travelers
super
with all
long
sorts of
and
goodies,
I
including
don't know.
primo gems and the chance to
That's the
invite
problem with
Sendos
Genshin's
to their
TCG. It
party.
takes forever to play.
nice.
Wuwa's
Alright,
stands
and
will
this
100%
next
show
event,
it though,
an
yeah.
old friend and genius
Wuwa literally
inventor
made a
from
worse version
Fontaine
of the
is
TV
back
mode in
and
Zenless
better
Zone
than ever
Zero.
with a new and improved
And people were
turret.
like, yeah, this
Let me
is
guess,
great.
needs us to clear out monsters
I don't
in an
even dislike
abandoned ruin
TV,
again?
but
Yeah, that's right.
Arpeggio
But
Faults
this time,
kind of
travelers
made
will
me
face
dislike
more
TV
formidable enemies than just slimes.
for a good while there.
That's
I love
not what
Wuwa, but I
Shogun
don't care about
shields to its
TCG.
allies.
I spent a lot of money on
but don't
Wuwa,
worry. With this
but I
new
barely
improved
play it.
turret, we
That's the
can
sad
use
thing. Like, I
several
still
new
check in every
cannibals
single day
help
to get my,
clear out our
like,
opponents.
Oh, nice.
what is it even
For
called?
example,
Astrites?
grape
Yeah,
shots
Astrites.
split into
I
smaller
got so
bullets
much
when
stuff
fired
in the
are good
recent
for taking
patch.
out multiple
What characters did I
enemies
get?
at
I got
once. And
Zani.
piercing shots can be used
I
to
got
take
2
down shields
Jejis.
or target enemies hiding in the corner.
Oh.
Who else did I get? I
Sounds
got
like the type of
Phoebe.
event where you can really
I got
just let
Jeji's
loose and
signature
release some
weapon. I got
stress.
Zani's signature weapon. I got Xiang
But
Liao.
strategic
I did not get
ammunition
Xiang
choices will
Liao's
help you
signature
clear out the
weapon.
battlefield
Um,
even faster.
So far,
What else did I
we've
get?
introduced events you have
I
to
got
tackle
Chang-Li.
solo, but
I got
this
Chang
next
Li.
event gives travelers
Did
the
not get
chance to
Chang
work
Li's
as
signature
a
weapon, at least
team.
as of yet.
In Reminiscent Regimen Frenzy,
I think that's it. I
travelers
think
will
that's
get
all I
to
got.
team up with other players to tackle challenges made up of 3 stages, each with unique objectives.
Ooh, it'll be cool seeing what characters everyone chooses. Could make for some interesting team comps.
Well, there's a theme associated with each challenge, so your best bet
I don't
is to
think
choose a
Chang-Li is
character
that
whose
hot.
skills are
I don't know
suited
why
to the
everybody
objective.
stands for
But
Chang-Li.
of
She's just
course,
like,
every
she's
character
okay.
has their strengths.
I don't know, maybe
Each
just like
stage
red hair does
also
not do
has
it for me.
smaller objectives that require teams to work together and combine their skills. Completing these submissions
I'm
can
hoping
grant
to get
buffs to your own
Cartethia.
entire
I heard
team.
Cartethia was tied to
And in addition,
Kiakona
at the
or whatever her
beginning
name
of each
is,
challenge, your
and
team
I
will be
don't have
assigned random
Kiakona,
regiments
so
to
I'm like,
complete.
okay.
Once you make it through the final
Maybe I'll
stage,
just skip
your
her
team
for
will receive
now.
additional frenzy stars based on your regimen completion status.
Isn't
Yep,
I
and
wonder if
remember,
Cartethia will be like the
regiments benefit
truly
entire
first
team. It doesn't
like
matter who
elemental same
completes them.
element
Okay,
power
so,
creep in
Not
Wuwa.
saying I need to do this or
Because
anything,
Cartethia
but
is
in theory,
an arrow
yeah,
character,
you
right?
could
And
kinda
Jian is also an
close
arrow
to the
character,
finish
and
line if you
so
need
far
to.
Jian has been the only main arrow DPS
You
in the game.
could,
Okay.
in theory.
Unless I'm missing somebody.
But I
But
think all
Cartethia just
travelers
seems to
have
be
something
like,
to
she has a
contribute.
sword
Yeah,
and,
at the
you
end
know,
of
she
the
can do
day,
the
it's
same thing
about
as
how you
Jian
work
probably, and
together.
she can
That's the
probably do
joy
it
of
better.
co-op.
I feel like co-op is its own
Same, but
brand
I'm
of
casual in
motivation
Wuwa,
too.
so I don't
No
care,
one wants to
Lamau.
let the team
I
down,
feel like Wuwa has
sure.
actually
And
gotten
this
more
time, teamwork
casual
is
over
more
time rather
important
than
than
more
ever.
hardcore. Like,
Because in
I
this
feel like a lot of
iteration
people
of
were
the
expecting
event,
it to be like
dire
Genshin Impact, but
difficulty is
harder.
even more
And it is definitely
challenging.
harder than Genshin Impact when it
That
comes to
means
like
whether it comes to
an
character
active
selection
skill
or
combat game.
strategy, coordination is more
But
important
my
than
impression
ever.
is that Zenless Zone Zero has
Good luck,
actually gotten
travelers.
a bit
Should be a
harder
fun one.
in terms of endgame
All
content.
right,
Like, I
now
spent
I'm
20
very
to 24
excited to
hours
announce a
just
new
doing
permanent
Battle
event
Tower.
called Stygian Onslaught.
And Wuwa is
In
like,
this
Wuwa is
event,
like,
travelers
we're gonna
will be
add
able to farm
Pure
artifacts
Fiction from
more
Honkai
freely
Star
and
Rail called
efficiently,
Withering
as well as
Wastes.
obtain
We're gonna
artifact
have Shiyu
customization items
Defense,
for free.
aka Spiral
For
Abyss,
free.
called Tower of
A new
Adversity.
permanent event.
And we're
Okay,
going to
we
add
need
in TV
details
mode,
now.
Alright.
a worse
Each
version of
update will
Elusive
feature a
Realm.
challenge that is split into 3
Well, I'm a
phases,
really big
each
Wuwa hater,
featuring
aren't I?
unique mechanics
Mm.
with 5 difficulty
I should do
levels
something to
choose
hide
from.
that better.
Ooh.
Participation in the event will reward travelers with primo
I
gems,
don't really hate
artifacts,
Wuwa, but it's
and
like,
valuable items for targeted
it's like Wuwa is just
artifact
kind of there for me.
Okay,
I'll be
so
honest.
you said we'll be able to farm artifacts
Which is strange because
more
I've spent a
freely?
lot of money on
What does
Wuwa.
that
I've spent
mean
as much
exactly?
money on
It
Wuwa as I have
means
on
the
Zenless Zone
artifact
Zero.
drops aren't
Probably
set
maybe a
in
bit
stone
less
and
because I
can
don't think I bought
switch
as
where they
many
come
battle
from.
passes.
For the first 10 days after the event begins, the leyline disturbance will be in
What I
an
do like is I really like
During
Rina
this
Sita's
period,
characters. I
travelers
like
who
their
clear
character
any stage
designs.
at level 3
I like
difficulty or
Lupa.
higher
I feel like
can
a
expend
lot of
any
people were we're dooming on Lupa, I don't really give a fuck. I think the only reason why I still check into Lupa at this point is probably because of character designs. Toei is an awful game mode, in my opinion. Somehow worse than Abyss. Really?
So,
I heard from Saint Tontas that it was better than Abyss, like way better, like 10,000 times better.
Yes. And you'll be rewarded with additional artifacts every time you consume a certain amount of resin.
Okay, the
I don't
amount
know
of
who to
hours
believe
I'm about
now.
to pour into this thing.
Chatter or Saint
Odd bean and
Taz?
throw away the key, honestly.
Probably Chatter.
Oh my god, you make
I
it
don't
sound
do
like you're
Tower of
abusing
Adversity.
it.
Like
Anyway,
I
you
do it
also
like
mentioned
once in a
something
blue
about
moon, maybe every
targeted
once every 3
artifact
months, but it's like,
enhancement, Katiana. What's that about?
Yeah, right.
well, if he said it, then
version
surely,
5.7
yeah.
is introducing a new
What is this?
artifact-related item, Dust of Enlightenment.
Wait, this is new endgame content?
Ooh, what is it?
Well, we all know what it's
Wait,
like
is
to
this
raise
new
an
endgame
artifact that has
content?
potential, only for it to turn out
Huh?
kind of less than ideal.
Yeah.
So this item is designed to help with
450
that. So, artifact
Primo
101,
gems.
right? We all know every
the
4
fuck?
levels a random subset
Wait, how
is
often
enhanced
does
as
this
you raise an
reset?
artifact to level 20.
I
But
completely
it
like
doesn't
zoned
always
out.
turn
I'm like,
the way you
what am I
want.
looking at?
So
Why is
this
this?
item allows you to re-roll the subset
Is this the
enhancements
new
to level
engine?
20 artifact.
Yo, wait,
How do you,
really?
what
Yeah.
what is that
Before each
UI?
reroll,
Hallowed
you get to specify the types
exegesis?
of substats you want to
What?
prioritize. After the result is revealed, you can choose to either keep the original substat configuration or accept the new one.
Oh my god, it's like being able to resurrect an artifact from the grave. Like, we really needed this.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
really
stat
powerful, right?
reroller? It's kind of like stat
Starting from
reroller.
5.7, travelers who
For
participate in the new
HSR.
permanent event, Stygian
Dust of
Onslaught,
Enlightenment?
will be able to obtain a total of 3 Dusts
Huh.
of Enlightenment per version for free.
Zenless Zone Zero doesn't
And the
have
Gnostic
this.
Hymn and Gnostic Chorus rewards will feature 1 each.
Oh.
Plus, during version 5.7,
They keep on making these games like more and more like just like
directly from their
like
in-game
normal
mailbox,
non-live service
plugging into
games.
Genshin Impact.
I wonder like if at some
Okay,
point
let's
they'll
just
realize
pause
they've
to
gone
take
so
that in
far
for a
that
sec.
they might as well just make like a
I
normal
do
like
have a
triple A
question. So, according
triple
to the
A
devs,
full price
the rewards
game.
for clearing the level 5 difficulty
Because there's
in the
really
main
not that
permanent
much
event
difference between like a
can only be
Genshin or a
obtained
Wuwo
by
or even
completing
Zenless Zone
solo.
Zero from a full price game, except for
What
like
if
the amount of
level
content they put
difficulty
into
is
it
a
and
bit much
the
for
amount
some
of trouble it
people?
takes to
Yeah,
level this shit up.
Don't worry, I'll hard carry you.
So once it feels like it's really
Well, I
easy
will
to
come
level
in
shit
and
up
the
in these
strongest travelers
games,
into that will come
you know,
in to
might
help
as well
us
just
out.
make a full price game at
Specifically,
that
we're talking
point.
about
I'm not
travelers who
against
cleared
it.
an even higher level of difficulty. The characters used to complete those battles become exalted ones.
This looks so
Then,
complicated.
when
This looks
attempting a
so
level 1 through 5
un-Genshin.
difficulty challenge,
Well, Nikkei
other
devs
travelers
actually
can
made a
receive
full price
extra
AAA with
buffs by
Stellar
including
Blade.
exalted
I
ones in
don't
their
like the look
lineup.
of Stellar Blade. I feel like every time I look at
So,
Stellar Blade, it
travelers
looks
can
like
help
one of
each
those
other
like
even outside of
animated
co-op.
pornos
I like
that I
that.
see on Rule
And I need that.
34 that looks like it's obviously made with like very low
You
budget.
mentioned an
And there's
even
like no
higher level of
emotions on the
difficulty just
faces.
now. I thought level
And
5
everybody
was
looks like a
highest.
fucking plastic
Yeah,
doll. I hate I don't
clearing
like
level
Stellar
5
Blades.
solo
I
unlocks
hate
a
this boss so
secret
much.
level of
This boss is
difficulty.
so annoying.
Level 6, dire difficulty.
I played it and can
no.
guarantee you it's quite well done. All
Once
right.
you reach level 6,
But
it's
I'm probably not
dire
gonna play it.
straits. There are no companions to turn to for comfort. No promise of primo gems to drive you forward.
What?
Just formidable enemies and an unrelenting desire to prove yourself.
Stygian Onslaught, new permanent challenge event.
So you're telling
Okay,
me
but how
travelers really
much
don't
does
get
it?
anything in return
When does
for
it
accomplishing
reset?
something like that?
That's the question because Zenless Zone Zero
We'll just
resets
have to
every
wait
single
and see
week.
now, won't we?
What? I can't wait.
All right.
And right now,
That's it for
Genshin
Stygian
resets every
Onslaught.
3 weeks,
Just a
I believe,
reminder,
for
the
one
upgrade
mode.
period begins the second Wednesday after a version update, or 8 days into the new version. So don't forget to gather your friends and get farming when the time comes. All right, time to lock in.
Oh, they just
Travelers
moved on.
might also be excited to hear that the next
Played it.
installment of the Traveler's Tales
I
is
guarantee you
coming
it's
in
quite
version
good.
5.7.
Okay, Slay. Last time was so much fun. We got to reunite with
A
so
lot of
many
people
old
told me that
friends and make
Nikkei's
a lot
story
of
was
great
quite good as well,
memories.
and then I played it and I'm just
Why
like,
don't we take a look at some of the encounters in store for us this
yeah,
time around?
this is Evangelion,
Whoa,
but if like
hang on a
everybody
sec.
was big
so Toma's
boobas.
back in Mondstadt,
Oh.
and he's drinking with Kaya at the Angel's Share.
Huh. I never thought about it before, but now that I see it,
Which is not a bad
yeah,
thing, but
I feel like they totally make great drinking buddies. Oh, I love him.
Looks like he's got quite the posse around him.
Oh, it's so cute. I want to know what they're talking about.
Oh, and it looks like Dory's in Inazuma. Is she trying to sell something to Sayu?
Oh, of course.
Dory, when the hell
no,
was-
someone save Sayu.
when was the
She's
last
too
time she
innocent for
appeared?
Dory schemes.
Honestly, though, a crafty merchant like Dory could show up anywhere, and I wouldn't be surprised. I bet we even run into her and not cry at some point.
Ooh, I wonder how many other friends will show up this time.
From what I've heard, it's quite a few.
Another reason
So
why I
keep a
probably
lookout
won't
while
play
exploring the open
Stellar
world,
Blade is that I just don't have
travelers.
time
Being
in
able to
general
run into
anymore to
characters
play
in
all
the
these
open world
games.
is such a nice
Something that
addition.
I've noticed
I wish
about
it was
gacha
part of
games is
every
that a lot of the
version.
gacha
Right? I
content
know,
creators
it
just
really
don't
makes
play
the open
gacha
world
games
feel more
anymore.
alive
Have you
and
guys noticed that? Like, Saint
Yeah,
Tontas is
and
obviously...
luckily the devs
I do
feel the
miss the
same way.
Melazines
The
from
devs have said
Genshin.
that making Traveler's Tales a
They
permanent
have
event
something
is
called
in the
Karn in
works.
the new Zenless
Travelers
Zone
can
Zero
look forward to
region.
that sometime in the
That looks
future.
just as fucked up and even more fucked up than
Finally,
Melazines.
overflowing abundance
It's
is
like a
returning at the
misshapen,
end of
like,
version
midget creature
5.7.
with
Travelers
fur.
can look forward to double the talent and weapon ascension material drops. So
There's too
don't
many
miss out.
gacha games.
addition,
People keep on
new
comparing like
English
Zenless Zone Zero and
challenges
Buwa
will
or
be added in
Genshin and
version
Buwa, and then
5.7.
you
Oh,
realize
for the
that the
Raiden
person
Shogun
talking about
Shenhe.
these games have
Oh,
not played one of the
Shenhe's Echo
games
is so cool.
for like
I see
5 years,
sigils and pops of red in there,
or they
girl. Very
never played the
fitting.
game,
And the Raiden Shoguns like petals floating in the wind.
or they don't play
The purple
either
matches
games.
so well.
So
That's the
pretty.
final form
Yeah,
of
so
gacha
if you
content
wanna
creators.
claim
They will
them,
just
make
talk
sure
about
your
gacha games
characters
without ever
are
playing any of
ready.
them.
Travelers can also
And they'll
look
just
forward to
farm
some
infinite
Genius
content.
Invocation TCG updates, including new character and action cards. You can now add Mawika.
They keep making
And,
gacha games that
check
have a
all
lot
the
of content, so
transfer to your
playing more
decks.
than 2 is like a
Don't
job.
miss
Yeah.
out, Genius Invocation fans. All right, that brings us to the
I don't even
system
think like the
optimizations
games
that
are
travelers can look forward
unfun to
in the
play though.
new
It's like
version.
First
Zenless
up
Zone
is an
Zero actually
improved
has quite a
resource
lot of
management feature
stuff that
for
I find
mobile
fun to
players.
grind.
Ooh.
Simply
Like the
put,
combat
it's a
content, I did
practical update
again
designed to
like Battle
reduce the
Tower
package
for like
size
20
of
to
the
24
mobile
hours.
Dude,
Wuthering Waves
nice.
also
I feel
has,
like our phones will thank
you know,
us.
it's not unfun
After
to
the
play Wuthering Waves
5.7
endgame
update,
content. Like Tower of
travelers will
Adversity, you get to
receive a
show
pop-up
off that your
notification after
characters can do a
opening Genshin
bajillion
Impact on
damage.
mobile, asking them to choose from different
And you can do
resource
no-hit
plans.
runs as well. You can
Okay.
challenge
Under the
yourself.
basic plan, the system will retain the necessary
You can do
resources
100%
for
map
daily
exploration.
gameplay and optimize the resource
There's
usage
events
for
with
some
harder
archive
enemies, I
quests,
believe. Like
story
there's one
quests,
incoming in
and hangout
2.4.
events.
Okay,
If
so
I
that means
remember
clearing
correctly.
out some old quest resources to save
It takes a
storage
long
space,
time to
right?
play any of
But
these games.
What
Yeah.
about players whose progress
So-
is a bit all over the place? How does that work?
I think that is something that is facing, that is
Don't
like a
worry,
problem that
the
is
dev
facing
team
a lot
has
of gacha
accounted for
content
that.
creators, which
The
is
system
that they
will
don't
provide
want to
different
put in the
guidance and
effort to
solutions
play these
based on
games.
account progress
So
and quest
ultimately, all of their
status,
opinions
to
are
ensure
like
that travelers
secondhand
still
at
have a
best,
smooth gaming
and nobody takes them
experience.
seriously.
And when you need to start an Archon quest, story quest, or hangout event that isn't enabled,
And they don't want to
the
admit that they
system will
have no
download
idea
the
what the hell is
required
going on. Nobody
resources
in the
as
gacha
needed.
industry,
Oh,
nobody in the
sweat.
gacha content
So
creator
travelers
industry
who haven't
actually
updated
knows
the
what the
mobile
fuck is
version
going
in a
on
long
anymore
time,
because they just play
might be
their
able to
own like
free up
little
quite a
games.
bit of storage space
I think
with
the
this
whole gacha like
optimization.
genre
Maybe
itself is
that.
kind of a lie. I don't think
And it
gacha
sounds
games
like a
are a
great option
genre.
for
I think it's just the
cross-platform players who
monetization
maybe rely
like
on mobile
format.
more for the small
There's
stuff.
nothing
Yeah,
intrinsically
of
similar
course,
about,
if you don't
say,
have
I don't
storage
know,
concerns,
Wuthering
nothing
Waves
has to change.
and
You can just
Arknight's
choose to keep all
Enfield,
game
except that they're like
resources
team
instead.
games,
And this setting
and
can
they're
be
both in a
changed at
3D
any
setting, and
time
that's
in the
about it.
Paimon menu, where you can
The
choose
combat
for
is different, the
completed
story is
quest resources
different.
to be automatically
Maybe like
cleared
both of
in
them have
future
anime
version updates,
style
or for
art
all game resources
styles,
to be updated as normal.
but even then
It
there's like
should also make it
differences.
easier for
Yeah,
people
for
to try
example,
out
Saint
Genshin
every time
Impact
he
for the
talks
first
about
time.
anything other
Yep.
than
For
Buwa, so
further
his
details,
opinion
be sure to check
on them
out the
kind of suck.
developers
Yeah.
discussion as well as future announcements across
I don't
Genshin
even think
Impact
that he
official
believes what he
accounts.
says. I think he's just
Okay,
drama farming.
And you will
Like, there's
now
no
be able
way
to
he
directly
plays
use
Zenless Zone
Fragile
Zero
Resin
that
to claim
badly
rewards from Leyline Blossoms
when he
or
knows how to
common
play
challenge
Wuthering
domains,
Waves. At least he
like
knows how to play
artifact and
Wuthering
talent
Waves to a
material
basic
domains.
extent, right?
This
He knows
also
like
applies
the
to artifact
mechanics.
drops in the
Probably
new
knows more
Prelude
mechanics
event
than
we
I do.
introduced earlier.
Yes.
Fragile resin is worth 60 original resin, so that means.
And then he's
you
just
get
trying
double
to
the
make
drops.
drama,
Should save a few
infinite
trips to the
drama
crafting
for him.
bench,
Everybody's
that's
trying
for
to be
sure.
tech down, and even tech down is kind of
Also,
just
the
moving out of the
Adventurer
gacha
Handbook
industry
will
now.
have guide
He'll hold
entries for
like
40
a
resin
gacha
bosses,
podcast every
which
once in a
should be
while
helpful
after
if you run
Wuwa
into a
live stream,
boss
but
you're
that's
not
about
quite
it.
sure how to crack.
And the icons will
And
be
the entire
displayed in
Wuwa
order
live
the
stream is just
bosses
full of
were
his like
unlocked,
entire
which should
posse.
make it more intuitive to navigate.
All right, let's move on to some optimizations for the Spiral Spiral Abyss. When moving to the next floor or restarting a challenge, you can now save your current party lineup or clear it with a single click.
Oh, easy.
I didn't
And
know you
can
couldn't
claim
even
your
do that.
challenge rewards directly
Like, I thought
after
that was already a
completing
thing.
floor 12. If you're not satisfied with your performance, you can also restart the challenge directly from the finalization screen.
Nice.
Okay.
Small things here and
We
there
get more
really add
buttons
up
to
over
click.
time.
Yeah, so hopefully these optimizations make for a better experience overall.
All right. Well, that was another long one, you guys, but it's not over yet. And Mr.
Genshin
Guest
anime.
left a
We're gonna-
message for us. So let's check it out.
Or
along
we're
with the
gonna,
third
they're gonna finally
redemption
reveal the
code.
Genshin anime.
旅人の皆さん、こんにちは。
Who?
鈴木愛理です。
Singer Suzuki Airi.
今回
Wait,
ゲーム原神の皆さんと一緒にお仕事をすることになりました。とても嬉しい
But
です。
what is
あ
she
りがとうございます。
collaborating on?
私は、スカークというキャラクターのアニメショートテーマ
Yeah,
ソングの
everybody forgot about the
ス
anime.
ターオデッセイ
It's still coming. I still believe. Like, I just think that they announced it very early. When the studio that was still doing like the Demon Hunter anime, Kimetsu no Kaiba or Gaiba or whatever it's called, they're still doing that. So they're probably just shifting into Genshin at this point. So it'll be ready in about 2 years, I believe. Maybe.
しています。スカークの歴史を聞いて
Oh, she's Skirk's voice actor?
孤独と戦いながら
Maybe.
今日まで生きてきたそんな強くてかっこいい
I don't even know what a Genshin anime would look like at this point. I kind of want a Zenless anime more than a Genshin anime at this point. I think like Genshin has such good lore theory crafters that it kind of takes away from their job if there's gonna be Genshin anime. Like my anime is watching Genshin lore theory crafters.
So
exciting. Well, you guys, that brings us to the end of our announcements for this version.
Okay, that was relatively short.
That was a whirlwind.
It certainly was. So, what are you all looking forward to the most? For
Probably
me,
for
I
Skirk.
have to say, although it's a little biased, I am clearly excited for everybody to meet Dahlia.
Yes.
But you know, I'm also really excited
Yeah,
about the new
that makes
permanent
more
content
sense.
like
Music video.
Suki and Onslaught.
Why are
What
her
about you
arms?
guys?
Oh, I thought her shoulder pads were her arms. I was like, why is her arm so short? That's weird.
But like, I'm also really excited to see Neuvillette, my fave, in the Traveler's Tales.
I hate Nouvellette. That little bitch, that little
Well,
piece of shit,
I'm really excited
stole
for
Kokomi's
her.
spot
I'm
as
really
Dragon
biased as
Sovereign.
well. I'm really excited
It was
for
meant for her. They retconned the story.
Really.
I'm gonna sue Hoyoverse
I'm also
because they didn't do
so
the one thing I
excited
wanted
for
in the story.
Dahlia, and like we've been waiting so long for these characters, and also Dane's
A little bitch,
So
fucking
excited.
Fontaine ruining the lore.
Animated short, oh my gosh. And also, of course, the lore girlies. We're eating so well this patch. I'm so excited for that Twins quest.
Yes, I feel like it's clear from the last few patches that the story has really been amping up lately. And this version
Is
seems
Dahlia
to
a
be
girl
no
or is
exception.
she just
Yeah,
like not
right?
in character
I mean, pretty
anymore?
soon we'll be in our 5th
Dahlia
year
is a
of
guy.
adventuring.
It feels so weird to just hear her normal voice.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it feels like we're really getting to see how a lot of elements that seemed separate at first are starting to converge.
Mm-hmm. And after what we saw in the dev team's Nod Cry teaser, I'm even
What
more
Nod Cry
excited to see
teaser?
how the story unfolds from here.
Can you guys just show us Not
And
Cry
we
at this
hope
point?
travelers have
Dahlia's a
fun
guy,
with
but the VO is female, like Venti, yeah.
Okay, so that's
All
it
the little
for
boys are
Genshin
played by
Impact
women.
Version 5.7 special program. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody.
Ad Astra Abyssos, travelers, and happy adventuring!
Can
I
get
still don't
5
know
big
what
booms?
Ad Abyssos means.
Boom, 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 boom! Oh, wait a second. It looks like another friend from afar is rushing over to share some interesting news.
Ooh.
Wait, actual anime? Huh. Not Cry. So this is Not Cry. The moon.
Cry, an ever-changing landscape of ruin.
Is this voiced by
A marvel
Skirk?
corroded by time. In the forest, where the nights were once undisturbed save for a few rays of moonlight, the wild
It's a swamp.
hunt's shadow grows. There are those who bear the name of Frost Moon, living where the silver light shines. Others carry the torch, fending off the darkness and cold with their blades. I hear that the snow and fae still yearn for the
Oh my
frost
god,
of
it's an...
old.
Oh wait. I was like, elf? But no, like everybody has those sharp ears.
Trying in
What
vain to seize
the
the
heck?
false firmament. Then there are the
What?
nights
What?
draped
Huh?
in the west wind,
The
nearing
Torre?
end of a long and
Varka?
arduous mission.
That's Varka.
My friends, of course, shan't be
We have
outdone.
2 male characters in this
There will no
region.
doubt
Holy
be a
shit.
magical charm to this edge of the
Alice?
world.
She just looks
And
like
just
bigger...
as the stone craves the
Bigger
sculptor's
Klee. That's
hand,
just bigger
So
Klee.
does fate await your gaze. Pour me another cup of tea, if you'd be so kind. The story is about to begin.
Oh my god, that's so sci-fi! That's literally like the most sci-fi thing of all time. Can we get more motorbikes in this game? I think everybody in like Nordcry should ride motorbikes. This is hilarious. People were like swearing up and down, oh my god, Genshin Impact is a medieval blah blah blah. Yeah, a bunch of fucking hypocrites. This region is gonna have people like wielding swords while, you know, whatever this is like making steam out of, I don't know, water. Like they're making steam engines and bullshit. Everybody's gonna be like, yeah, that makes total sense. People are gonna be mad. They're not gonna be mad because it's not Natland. They're only mad at Natland because it's supposed to be a bunch of like brown people or something, like hitting each other with sticks. But instead they have motorcycles and, I don't know, jet engines. I guess that's true, yeah. But it's really funny that, like, there are people who genuinely believe that Genshin Impact is like a medieval fantasy game. It's obviously not. Like, this game is, like, the end game of this game, as I've said multiple times now, probably not to you, but to a lot of other people who have watched my streams in the past, that this game is, like, the end game of this game is going to space. We're going to go to space and we're going to fight, like, space titans or some bullshit. Yeah, and it's probably gonna be discovered at the end of the day that, you know, whoever the primordial one is probably from space, and we're all in like a giant orb protected from space monsters. So this makes perfect sense to me. This looks very anime.
Is about to
I like
begin.
this. I mean, that's first act, first second of the game took place in space. Yeah. But it's very, oh my god, Battle of Imagined Arrays. Skirkus here, Overflowing Abundance, Travelers, Gilded Chapter, Through Yesterday to Today, Fearsome, whatever, Spiral Abyss, what is this? Spiral Abyss, Imaginarium Theater. And then it resets on the 15th, I believe. Then what is this? Imaginarium Theater. I don't understand. Permanent events, but there's like, what? Where's the new permanent event? I don't understand. This is confusing. All right, that was a live stream. All right, I'm gonna go log off. It's 6 a.m. over here. Yo, we radical. I'm gonna log off now. Bye. I'm just kidding. Okay, I really am gonna log off in like, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes. But yeah, it's been a long time. Have a good one, bro. Yeah, you too. Wherever it is you're going. It's currently 5:47 a.m., so I'm gonna have to sleep. But I guess I'll stay around for a little bit and just talk about what I think about all of this, right? Yeah. So what have I been doing? I promised that I said that I would stream like 2 to 3 weeks ago, but then, you know, stuff happened, and I really just wanted to play video games. And to be honest, most of my time playing video games has been spent on Zenless Zone Zero. I really like Zenless Zone Zero. I think it's pretty much solidified at this point that Zenless Zone Zero is my favorite gacha game right now. Probably my favorite game in general. So I've been pretty much like splitting my time between 70% Zenless Zone Zero, 20% Genshin Impact, and 10% Honkai Star Rail. So I have not gone very far in Genshin Impact catching up right now. Honkai Star is even worse. I've been doing a lot of Zenless. If you go to HIA Club, right, and then you go to this place, Simulated Battle Trial is so fun, man. Like, I've reached, what is it now? Look at this. Look at how epic I am. I have 56 of the Demon Lord medals, which means I have done a no-hit run up to this place. This is awesome. This game is so good, man. And it's being relatively generous to me, so I can't really complain. The new map are pretty good. I haven't even been to it, but I got Ishin, of course, because I'm a whale. No cinema mindscapes, but I do have her signature weapon. I don't have a lot of mats for her, so she's just kind of like stuck in level 40. Eventually she'll get there. But yeah, I got a bunch of characters. My whale count has only these characters that I didn't get. I didn't get Miyabi because I heavily invested into my Ellen Joe, and my Ellen Joe is actually super strong now. I pulled for a new Void Hunter and also Astro Yao. Astro Yao is so good. Oh my god, I had like a yawn hiccup combined into one. I really want to get her the rest of her mindscapes just to get her art. Call me a Kumar or whatever, but you know, I kind of want to see the full, fully colored artwork. And Yixuan is just like, a lot of people don't like Yixuan's OG outfit, but I like it. I prefer her OG outfit to
I can help you ward off misfortune and disaster.
to her skin, which I actually bought. Like, this is good, but I like this one better. I like the yellow and black. You got 2 Asper Yells, nice. Yeah, I got super lucky. Again, the Zenless Zone 0 luck just keeps on getting me. I got, how many 50/50s have I won now? Let me see. So, what is this? So I'm pretty sure I got Nekomata. I didn't win that one, so... Wait, yeah, Nekomata, I lost 50/50 after I got Yixuan. So maybe not that lucky. My luck has severely depleted since I stopped playing Genshin, essentially. I should play more Genshin to restore my luck. The panda can heal, did you know that? Yeah, but I'm so good at this game now, I don't really need to heal. Like, the way I play this game is that I do no hit runs, right? Basically my entire like fascination with this game right now is Battle Tower, because it's the only challenging thing in this game for me right now. The Deadly Assault is also pretty fun. Shield Defense, Deadly Assault, they're not bad modes, but I think this is probably the hardest mode. Out of all the 4 big gachas, like Wuwa, not gonna lie, I kind of need heal. Yeah, especially if you're playing on mobile. I don't know how you would do this on mobile. Caesar, Astra Yao, very good units. I would highly recommend them if you are playing on mobile, or if you're just like a casual player. Even for me, like a lot of the new units, new enemies attack so fast. I feel like I might as well just get a shielder, which I don't know why I say I should get a shielder, because I do have Caesar. I do have Caesar. She's right over here.
Take me.
How is this even organized? It's alphabetical, I think. No, it's not. This is Nekomata. Why is she up here?
Want to see the Reds come?
Only the
So, for the anniversary, I got Lycon's signature weapon, and then I also got Lycon's Cinema. So now he's super buffed, so I can even play my Ellen Joe even more. And then hopefully my Hugo can also be super buffed. By the way, the reroll item on Genshin are catch me on surprise, not gonna lie. There is no leaks about that. Reroll item. Are you talking about the new endgame content? I didn't pay too much attention to it. I don't think it's too much of a surprise, because Honkai Star Rail got that, right? The only game that doesn't have that now is Zenless Zone 0 for Holyverse games.
What brings you here?
I'm also kind of excited for the Pokemon game. I wish the Pokemon game would come out sooner. I really like the idea of a more casual like Pokemon game. Also, I'm just kind of like bored of Pokemon in general, and I wish like there was an actual studio to make a good Pokemon game. So that's what I'm excited about for the future. Lycon, look at him. I got the Ambi anime figurine. It still has not been delivered as of this point. I don't think it has even been sent to the shipping service. I don't know what to call it. The departure point. I got Ellen's skin. This is the most basic skin of all time. A lot of people said online that they would pay money for this skin, and eventually they did make this skin a payable skin, and I'm like, I wish you would do something a little bit extra, like hold this like lollipop or something. But that's just me. Overall, I think Zenless Zone 0 is just doing such a great job right now. It's not perfect. I feel like they could do with a bit more voice acting. There's a lot of parts in the main story that are not voice acted. I feel like that's super weird for like the main story after getting used to Genshin Impact and even Honkai Star Rail. And frankly, probably Wuwa does it a lot better as well. But I like the character interactions. The character interactions are so good. Not gonna lie, we can claim that Genshin now has the best artifact relic disc system on all Hoyo games right now. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like Genshin Impact, like it's been such a long time that I farmed so much in Genshin that I passively farm. Even though I'm not like actively playing Genshin Impact all the time, I still log in every single day and farm a whole bunch of artifacts, right? So this has barely any impact on me for like it's just not that impactful to me. So I don't really think about which has the best artifact system or disc system anymore. It's just not relevant to me anymore, because my account is so developed at this point. Unless I do like a full refresh, like new F2P account, maybe then it would matter. But even then, I don't think it's just that like the progression system has never really mattered to me that much. Now it has a 2 substat guarantee and 1 reroll. Damn. Yeah, that's really good. I wish Zenless Zone Zero had that. But again, I've come to the point in my Genshin, not Genshin, but like my gacha or even just general gaming lifespan, where I'm pretty accepting of most things that the games throw at me. And if I don't like something in a game, I will just quit. So I don't really complain about things anymore. And I'm not as concerned about which game is the best at this or that. I think like all the games, even Wuwa has something to offer, even Honkai Star Rail. Like the games that I'm not too hype on. There are merits to those games. And Genshin Impact is just improving. I feel like the games are so similar to each other in terms of the quality now that you're basically just like picking and choosing what your favorite preference is. Wait, did you still play Wuwa now? Yeah, I still log in and, you know, collect my astrites. I spent money on Wuwa. I got Zani. I got Zani's signature weapon. I got Phoebe. I got Phoebe's signature weapon. I got 2 Jejis. I got Jeji's signature weapon. I got Xiangli Yao. I got Changli. I didn't get either Changli or Xiangli Yao's signature weapons. Still trying to get Changli's signature weapon. But I don't really do anything besides like pulls and holograms. That's basically all I do in Wuwa. So my experience in Wuwa is very limited. I just don't like open world gacha games anymore. Genshin Impact, I will still like be willing to play on occasion if there's like reason to. For example, in Natlan, I did a lot of exploration in Natlan. Most of my regions in Natlan are like 80% above exploration because they tied the main story to like the world exploration itself. I have 120 pulse for Cartethia. I don't know if I will get her, but eh. The pulls in Wuwa are pretty generous. This is like 80 hard pity, right? So you're guaranteed to get her at some point, right? As long as you save up. I don't know. I feel like I want to say that Wuwa is more generous, but I feel like there's probably like some trick to it. Like they give out less pulls, or you know, like it's the signature weapons. The signature weapons are guaranteed at 80 pulls, but the 4-star weapons are so shit that you basically have to get the signature weapons, or else your DPS is gonna drop off by like 30%. So it doesn't really, I don't know. I don't really care about generosity or non-generosity. Even if like Wuwa was not a generous game, I don't think that would affect my opinion about it. Just like how it doesn't really affect my opinion about like Zenless Zone Zero. It's good that Zenless Zone Zero gave me like 30 pulls. Or in this instance, like 10 pulls in the beginning, and then we'll get 20 more pulls eventually later on. But it just like pulls are so far away from what I consider to be on the forefront of my mind when I consider what games I enjoy. I don't enjoy gacha games, I just enjoy good games. And I consider this to be a good game. Yeah. Well, I have 490 pulls for Genshin, since, you know, they really give lore strength character. Well, even if they're like like really strong in the lore, right? You still need supports, right? So I got Escoffier because I want to get Skirk. And I think I have enough stuff that I have not done in Genshin at this point that I can basically guarantee Skirk, as long as I do everything before she comes out. So that's gonna be really fun. Look at her ass. It's beautiful. Damn. I love the character models in this game. So good. Anyways, I think that's it for me for today. I will probably stream again at some point in the future, but you know, I can't really guarantee anything. Because I really like playing video games, and I'd rather spend my time playing video games than, you know, trying to make a YouTube career. Nah, Escoffier is not in my sight at all, lol, no matter how good. You do you, man. Whatever makes you happy. A lot of people, like, a lot of the older content creators for Genshin Impact they don't even pull characters anymore. They just enjoy the story. Because their account is so developed, it doesn't matter. Like, I've heard Brand say it, I've heard Ashkai say it, I've heard, I think, like, Murder of Birds say it. For a lot of them, like, the mechanics of the game, besides the story, are not really... It's not really relevant, to be honest. So... yeah, I think that's a large part of why I really like Zenless Zone Zero now, because it's like the more of these gacha games come out, the more my interests that I was like investing into Genshin Impact got separated and put into those other games. So like my expectations for Genshin Impact now are different. So it's really good that Genshin Impact is doing all of these things, but I'm not really sure if it's like going to change anything for anybody who already doesn't like Genshin Impact. Like you see all the people like complain about Genshin Impact with Hoyoverse games. It's like they're part of a cult. Like if Hoyoverse haters are part of a cult, it doesn't matter what Hoyoverse does. For those people, like Zenless Zone Zero is doing really well. They're giving a lot of rewards. Honkai Star is giving a lot of rewards. The power creep is not really like that relevant at this point. And they'll just be like, oh, but Hoyoverse, they'll change things for the worse. It'll eventually ruin the game. And it's like, I don't fucking care. When we get there, we'll get there. Oh, my phone is ringing. All right, this is Bench Gamer. I have to sign out now. See you, Wiratica and Incetra or Incepra. And Ager Gaily if you ever see this. Bye bye. This is Bench Gamer signing out. And I'll see you guys later.